Alright, now I have some space on my phone. Keep going. So we went through the books. Let's do the DVDs. We've got, a lot of DVDs, but a lot of them all just come from, like, websites, because since most of these are government-funded, you can distribute them for, like, no money at all. Or sometimes, like with these, the copyright will expire, so they become public domain, and then you get all these weird, like, 30s through 50s public domain moral panic films. Very, very strange stuff in some of those. These are just the same thing, same kind of thing. Public domain, weird shit. Some of them are from, like, the 70s. Some of them are from other eras. Oh, yeah, I made a DVD version of the Flintstone Kids special, but I'll show you that in VHS. Yeah, same thing. And this, which is currently my favorite because I found it, like, 2 years ago in a chain sandwich shop called Subway in America. And it's just, like, more run away, drugs are bad, download the app. Yeah, right, don't. That won't be terrible at all. So anyway, DVDs, you would be shown some of those in health class in America. Some other things we've got here in abundance are workbooks. My book about drugs. They're yucky. Keep your body healthy. Stay away from drugs. Don't take medicine. Don't vaccinate your children. Vaccinate your fucking children, people. Run away from anyone who tells you don't vaccinate your fucking children. Yeah, learn how to refuse drugs. Put your name on here. It's a coloring book. We don't want to use drugs. We're 2 years old. We don't understand what we're doing. We're just coloring. And Drugosaurs, from Maryland. I'm so glad that I managed to get a color copy of this, because word is that there's also just black and white copies that get distributed, and it's like, oh, but you would miss all of these beautiful, beautiful illustrations if it was just black and white. Look at that stuff. So good. So that's more things you would find in schools. I've got comics in abundance. Oh, have I got comics in abundance. We got some Spider-Man and Fantastic Four. Elks Club of America sponsored. We got the compilation of Spider-Mans. We got some Mr. T comics here. Yeah, Mr. T doesn't want you to do drugs. He had an earnest desire that the youth of America should be good and responsible and try hard. Props to you, Mr. T. They came with little trading cards. Look at that. This is from the 50s. About heroin. It's an acid-free backer, because since it's such an old comic, it can be easily damaged. And then that's just a good one right there. 60s or 70s. Can't totally be sure, but oh goodness. Fun times. Not at all suggestive there. What? Anti-drug propaganda is also kind of racist? Oh, sweet summer children. This is a pretty infamous comic, but since it's missing the cover, it's, like, worth nothing to comic collectors. But you can see Speedy getting smacked by Green Arrow when he comes in and finds out his sidekick is a junkie. You know, that's what you should do when someone you care about and who helps you every day and you live with has a drug habit. Just smack him around, it's fine. In America, we got a couple Teen Titans. There's, like, a whole series of Teen Titans comics. That Teen Titans, this Teen Titans, the other Teen Titans. I don't fucking know. That's not my fandom. Someone else go down that road. There's a couple Captain Americas, too. This one's not bad. I would honestly give this to a kid if I thought that they needed to learn about drugs or drug recovery. But its sequel, I would not give this to children. I don't know what happened. I feel like the state of New York here, like, decided to keep it going and paid a bunch of money, and the original script was never intended to go on, and God knows what happened in between. Got some Avengers. Avengers don't want you to do drugs. Got some Archie. I think this was in like the super Christian-y era of Archie. I don't know. This was handed out by Radio Shack. What's that? Why, it's a mall electronics chain that I think has already gone bankrupt by now. Make America wonderful. All right. This is a whole series of Batman comics where Batman gets hooked on like steroids and he locks himself in the Batcave to detox for days. No one is allowed in. Alfred worries about him senselessly. And then he comes out and he's clean again and can fight crime. Never lock yourself in a fucking room to detox by yourself for days. You'll just wind up miserable and probably dead. Go see professionals. But that's not how Batman do it. Power Pack. I don't know what this is, but I don't like it. It's kind of racist and, like, really Christian-y. I don't know where they came from, but look at his fucking face on it. Are you holding someone you care about or taking a dump in your spandex? I think I already showed you this. Fantastic Four Spider-Man. Sometimes I have doubles. Somehow. Gee. Some Canadian Spider-Man propaganda that either wasn't in the book or here's some more of it I didn't even take out of its container. Star Trek comics. It's not really anti-drug. It's just mud. If you're a Star Trek nerd, you know who he is. They do, you know, a story themed on him. Again. There's this. Tabletop RPG in the Super Teens universe. Learn how to say no to drugs while rolling dice with your friends. That's exactly what it looks like. It's a tabletop RPG supplementary. There are some fun things in here. Let's see. Like there's some nice art in it. There's a couple thoughts that are decent in here. But I believe the person responsible for this, the man who wrote it and presumably commissioned all the art or God knows what. I can't imagine he was paid enough. Presumably this guy, if I'm thinking it's the right guy, later went on to make Paranoia, the tabletop RPG, or like Friend Computer and all that shit. But I flipped to this page because I wanted to show you a little goofy error. This hallway is funny because you can't actually get into Metal Shop or Auto Shop unless you go outside. Artist didn't get a door. There are no doors into the building. Why would you build a building like that? I feel the fire marshal would get mad. Alright, on to this. Traffic in Narcotics by Harry J. Anslinger and William F. Tompkins. Is he related to Paul F. Tompkins? I don't fucking know. Harry here helped inform the American anti-drug laws and write them and all of that from like the 30s all the way up to, I want to say, the 80s. Like, he's considered the father of our fucked up drug system. He's also really racist. I haven't made it very far in this. The old man white supremacists was a little bit much to go through. But, you know, so that's that. What else have I got here? I have Rethinking Drinking, an Australian anti-drug propaganda about alcohol. Thanks, Merlin. That was really cool. That's a cool gift. If you want to send me a gift, send me that kind of shit. There's the Flintstone Kids that I mentioned earlier, the Just Say No special. But the fun part about this